typed in famous duos on Google, and some of the top results were Batman and Robin, SpongeBob and Patrick, Richard Lewis and Larry David, Peanut Butter and Ketchup, but none of them included Cop and Mythic Plus, which I think is criminally underrated because every single time he pugs Mythic Plus, he gets absurd situations. He sent me so many videos now, it's like insane. I can't make videos on them all. That's how many videos he sends me. He sent me this one. It's another funny one, another ironic one, another evidence about why talking in Mythic Plus is just not productive, especially on like the lower key levels. People are just ready to tilt, man. Like they were born ready for it. But let's start with this little funny part, little introduction to the funniness.
My strike is true.
That's on me. I screwed up.
You're damn right. And you just got to own it, man. That's how you got to do. Not really need to talk about it. Don't need to be typing lol with like 6 question marks. Not really the problem in the key though, but that's like the only thing that happens. We look through the whole footage. I don't see anything that segues into what you're about to see right now.
Uh-oh, that's not good. You really don't want to put the shockwave into the center. Nope. Nope. Not having it.
So Cup brings it up, the shockwave towards the center. I can't really tell. It's hard to see, but if you just look at the mini map, I think you have your answer. I think it's the shaman in the wrong spot. It turns to face a player, and you can actually kind of see him run like at very, very top of the screen. You can kind of see a character run, and then like here's the character there. And when you turn the camera again, you see it's the shaman healer. This is the exact position he's ultimately going to end up dying in, just standing right there, standing still. Cop does get the whirlwind, and he kind of takes it this direction, but like I don't know, it's unfortunate that the guy died that way, but what's more unfortunate is what he then says afterwards. It says +10 for the probably fucker, shitter, you guys tell me, +10 for whoever took the whirlwind over the healer. Now when I first read that, I thought that said the windwalker over the healer, which was kind of ironically confusing to me because it did seem like he recognized that it was Cop who did it, but I guess it's just he's actually saying WW as in whirlwind. And again, you know, whatever response you want to say about that, then this happens. Again, look at the mini map. The guy's just standing still, totally AFK, just standing in the middle of the platform from the boss. I mean, I don't know what he's doing there. Probably like very upset about the fact that he died on a fight. The tank then asks, huh, lol, as that guy dies. So I'm assuming what happens, we can't see because he dies off screen, but I'm assuming what happens is he's tilted, sitting there like venting or something like that, and then he runs, tries to catch up with the group, and the Pat is there and just walks right into them. I think that's what happens based on the like the actual damage that he takes and the debuffs he has. So the tank asks for clarification. The guy says, somebody drug Anduin's whirlwind on top of me. We'll address that in a second, but there's more that needs to be talked about. The guy says, I mean, I'm shit, but I guess he's mean to say I'm not that bad, referring to the fact that like he looks at the death as somebody else's fault. He's saying I do bad things, but because you drag the mechanic on top of me, I die. That's totally on somebody else. The paladin then says, maybe they thought you needed some lovin'. It's a very bizarre thing to say, but Cop actually then leans into the bizarre thing and says, sure, everyone needs a hug from time to time. Now you see a funny little moment here. This is why it's a video. Again, look at the mini map right now. You'll see a character coming into the shot, and then I'm going to pause it for you right when this happens. There you go. You can see it over there, just barely on the screen here. You see this little blue person here? That is a shaman and ghost wolf. You see those like dark colors with the red health bar? Those are enemies. Okay, so that guy then died from being AFK venting about a mistake on a boss, runs into trash, dies, releases, comes the wrong direction through the area, and is now on the opposite side of the platform from where everyone else is. Then he runs from that side with all that trash over to this side. You can see the mobs chasing him. I don't know if he understands that they're chasing him. The paladin tank recognizes this fact and he goes, lol, die. The shaman then comes over here, fucking thunderstorms the mobs so he doesn't get hit by the melees, then brings them all the way over here. The tank is screaming for him to not do this, and then the guy says, let's go pull, which I assume he means let's go. I don't know why he typed all those extra letters. So he basically brings trash from that side of the dungeon over to this side of the dungeon, then gets mad when the tank doesn't get the trash off him and he dies, seemingly. That's what I'm assuming is happening here. Everybody's going to wipe here. This is a full wipe. You're obviously not fighting both of those packs, even though it's a tyrannical week. Then the guy says, imagine not standing AFK, which is just like fucking painfully ironic. Like, oh my God, it hurts to even say that out loud. It like literally like hurts it like makes my stomach flip just saying that out loud. This is the guy who was straight up AFK after something that he's blaming on someone else. Again, we'll come back to that. He's blaming his death on someone else, then goes AFK probably to vent, and then dies to trash, then runs the wrong direction, brings more trash to the group than it can handle, and then says, wow, you did something wrong again. Now we have the poet in the group, Fat Freddy, who says, weren't we waiting for someone who died to stupid shit? At that point, Zephykins from Thrall going offline. Okay, obviously bizarre, dumb stuff. Like, we'll talk about it all in summary, but like, I don't really know, like, what is this situation here? Like, okay, the whirlwind goes on a melee DPS who's standing right next to the boss. He then moves it to the right, which, like, from what I could tell, maybe it's a bad angle he's moving it, but for the most part, like, it's got to go that direction. You could see the healer, he's just in that same spot he was in after he seemingly messed up the positioning on the first mechanic. I mean, he's about like 10, maybe 15 yards away from the boss. Tank is over here. Like, the whole group is positioned in this spot. The druid's standing right next to him. He's really standing right next to him, actually, like actually in the same spot. They move out of it and the shaman just stands there and gets mowed over by it. I don't know, man. Like, you guys tell me if you think this is an actual mistake on Cop's fault or if this is just how the mechanic gets handled every single time it goes on a melee. Other than him taking it in a bad angle, I don't really get it. Like, he should be running over here and taking it closer to the edge of the room, but I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna get hit no matter what. I don't really think that Cop brings it on top of him. It moves like 3 yards to be able to hit this guy. The guy's just in a spot where it's gonna hit him no matter what if it goes to the right. He's clearly tilted at this point, and then it does. I mean, this is the dumbest thing. I can't even. You've done such a stupid thing here, running across the middle like that on the Morchi platform. I don't know how it didn't aggro Morchi. That's another question. And then gets mad when somebody lets him die to it. It's really bizarre too, because like if he just ran over there and just died to it and nobody got in combat, they could just rezzed him and then been on their way and probably still upgraded the key. I don't even know what to make of this. Like I said, people are just tilted before they start. There's one other moment in this key that is maybe somewhat relevant just to have a look at. So we're fighting these mages or whatever. We got 2 of them out and they're clearly not getting interrupted well. You could look at the shaman's health bar. He's ultimately going to be the one who dies. He's going to get hit by a ton of debuffs. Just goes on him. He's getting hit by it. I mean, I don't know. You can dispel it, I guess, but it does a lot of damage and he's probably got a lot of things to dispel. But like, he basically gets hit by it once and then just kind of straight up dies to it. It's hard to identify what actually kills him there, but like, yeah, he dies and then runs back. They all kind of leave him. I guess, you know, maybe it's a little bit of a concern. It is the healer after all, but yeah, like, frankly, you have very, very easy trash coming up. You do not need to wait for him. Now, this doesn't seem to be related to this, but like, this is the only other thing that gets said. This guy says, your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. I don't understand why he says that. Like, he says it right now, right? Like, what is he saying that to? It's like some macro or something like that. I have absolutely no idea. This is how Cop reacts to it.
Oh, that's a taunt.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. But that's pretty much it. Those are the only things that happen in the key. And there's the result of the key. Like, I don't know, man. People are just out there tilting to the point where you're just killing keys. This is not even like, literally, this is an easy upgrade at this point. They're actually destroying this timer. It's frustrating. It's whatever, man. I get people can't control their emotions and it's causing a lot of problems in the pug. So anyway, just a short one today. Thank you guys for supporting me. Today's my actual birthday. Yesterday was a great stream. I had a lot of fun seeing a lot of people who've been around. Hopefully we'll be back to streaming soon. So thank you for all the support in this time. Otherwise, if you guys are out there running, especially low keys, but like any keys that weird and funny stuff is happening, please think of me, press that record button, send it in. We could laugh, but we can also learn. So thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.